Hello, Professor, and everyone who may be watching this. This is my first Web 222 assignment, and I'm creating the video to show the functions I've created and how they work. So this is the first function here. This is the first function, called it play numbers, and these are the calls for it. And the second function, convert currency, and these are the calls. So and these are the calls in just a different place, so it can be easier to explain. So let's run it again just to make sure our output is accurate, and it seems to be. Alright, so what happens here is in the very first call for play numbers, I'm going to evaluate if the number of arguments is or not equals to 0, which it was in this case. So the arguments the length was equals to 0, true. So console.log, there are no inputs and there are no inputs. So the function won't do anything else. It's just gonna go to the next line, whatever that may be. The second call for the function here, I passed letters and a number. So this condition did not evaluate as true. In the else condition here, the very first thing we do is to see if there are any arguments in the function at all that are not numbers. And if there are, we're going to print this argument. We're going to print is not a number in front of it. This is what happened with the words ABC and hello. So for this reason, we're not going to as well to try to add them because there's a number. So I put a Boolean value here. I have a Boolean variable here, which was set up initially as true. In this case, it evaluated as false because there is one argument that is not a number. So this will never happen. So in these two calls here, however, this is never evaluated. This never evaluated to true. The Boolean number never changed to false, so it kept as true. So in this case, what we did was I created a loop to loop through each of the arguments of the function, and then I did two things here inside of this loop. First, I created an array. So I created an array with a number and a comma if it was not the last argument of the array. If it was the last argument of the array, of course, I don't need a comma. I just put the number as 6 in this case and 5 in this case, no comma. And in each loop was adding the numbers as well. And in the end, I printed the sum of, printed the whole array, is, and the end result. And this last function call here is the same as the third one, so not much here. Good day, hi, and we are not numbers, so they're printed like that, and that was it. Now for the second function here, convert currency, will take a value and CEF, which should be going to be evaluated here as well. So in the very first call here, I just passed the number 100. So if argument length is different than 2, which it was, I just passed one argument. I was going to print incorrect number of inputs, so incorrect number of inputs was printed here. Now, in the second call, I did pass a number to the right number of arguments, but I did pass the letter M. So in this condition here, we check if it's either a C or a C or a E, and it was not, so it printed I am confused. In the third and fourth call of the function, however, both arguments were correct. It was a number, it was either E or a C, so I can explain this later. So I went to this case here when CF was a C, and this case here when CF was an E, and I calculated the amount that was in US to CAD and US to euros, and this is what these two lines are printing, and I got the values from this website at this day and time, and this is the value for conversion. Now in the last function call, I passed 100, but I passed the 100 as a string, not a number. So when it got to the third else here, second else, third if, I evaluated the type of the val argument, and if it was different than number, and then it would evaluate here to ask for a number. So type of variable is different than number. In this case here, yes, it was. So this is evaluated as true. And I printed I need a number. Printed here I need a number. So that was it. Right. Thank you very much.